Hello, good morning. This is Janice again from Meshing to Fit. I help people get started on sewing, especially if you do not know much about sewing, don't know about trading, and how to get your machine started. I help people start sewing on their sewing machine, right? Just to also tell you, because of this focus that I have on helping people to get started on sewing, this coming Saturday on the 10th of April from 1 to 4 p.m. actually is a dedicated session. I help people get orientated to the sewing machine. And specifically, it is the Juki sewing machine. So if you are a Juki owner or you are getting a sewing machine from me, now what is available is the 357, a beginner sewing machine that now we have stopped, right? So we keep on having to move up in terms of our model, and now what is available is 357. And if you're getting the sewing machine, you can pick it up this Saturday, and at the same time I will be there to help you get started on your sewing machine. Juki only, yeah. So if you have your own sewing machine, I'm sorry, because I am using the premise of the sole distributor for Juki sewing machine. They are so kind to allow us to use their premise to help start off the beginners, right? So of course we want to help the Juki's owners. If you are intending to get a Juki sewing machine, do contact me. The 357 plus my orientation session is 1,002. Okay, because of this current situation, right, and the CMCO, we want to limit the number of people, right? So we don't want people just turn up for this session just like that. Please let me know, PM me in my Facebook page. I would have given you my WhatsApp number, or you can also PM me to book your place, right? So that I know that you are coming and the number of people we need to control, right? So if you are there watching me live, please do make a comment. Just say hi to let me know that you are there watching this tutorial video, okay? And also at the same time, I have to tell you that this Saturday we are also having the TL98P, which is an industrial sewing machine. I like it so much. It's an industrial sewing machine, but it's made portable. So they shrink the industrial sewing machine to a portable size to make it a home sewing machine for us. So it's very suitable if you are a quilter and you like to do quilting, because it goes at industrial machine speed. It has the industrial sewing machine features like the needle up down preset position, and then the auto cutter, and then the knee lever where you can push the lever and the actually presser foot goes up and down, right? This is to aid you in your sewing the quilt, because when we are sewing the quilt, especially if you are doing free motion quilting, right, you will want both hands on your fabric on top. So that knee lever is very helpful. So I do have a video that I recorded last week on the feature of the sewing machine. Please go to my Facebook page and have a look at the video featuring all the what we'll call features of this TL98P, right? So okay, I was told not to use the word right so much. I'm sorry if it is getting on your nerves. I hope to be able to speak better, but this is my natural self. Actually, I don't do very much preset kind of practice. Yeah, I naturally speak to you. So in my video tutorial, you'll also see that is what I do. Right. So this is the 10th of April, this Saturday, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Kongwa, the sole distributor for Juki home sewing machine in Malaysia. So that is what I love to meet you and help you if you're starting off in your sewing journey. So today, what are we talking about? Last week, I showed you how I made this panel of the with leftover fabric, square, same size, leftover fabric. We cut up 4 pieces, and I showed you the slash and the stack and slash technique to come up with this panel of the fabric. And then at the end of it, I look and think about it. Right after I made this panel, what do I do with it? So I decided to make a backpack with it. So this is the backpack I have made. The bag is actually a plain black fabric, but this fabric is a water resistant fabric. So because of all this joining, right, there will be a lot of allowance behind this front outer fabric. So because of that, I made my backpack a lined version. So it has lining. And this backpack, it's a drawstring backpack, because I noticed that actually a lot of young people nowadays like to use drawstring bag. It's easy to have it at the back, right? And then just carry it on the back. So this is a drawstring backpack, the lined version, right? And I added this little detail here to give this whole bag a bit of an interest. Actually, I love how it turned out very, very nice. Yeah. So I just wonder, is there anyone who is interested to buy this bag, only one of its kind, in the sense that the way it is made and the design, I wouldn't be able to make another one like that for 60 ringgit, inclusive of delivery charges, right? Only in Malaysia, because I won't be able to send it overseas. Yeah, the shipping will be very much higher. So if you are a Malaysian, any part of Malaysia, I will be happy to send it to you, this backpack, for Malaysian ringgit, 60 ringgit. So just let me know. I just want to see whether there are anybody who is actually interested in this drawstring bag. And I actually recorded the process of my making this bag, and I showed it actually live last Saturday. I'm not sure whether you saw it or not, because I don't think there were a lot of people watching me live, but subsequently there could be people coming on to watch this. Yeah. So I have put down the link. I uploaded the tutorial also on my YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel is clearer, I believe, because last week when I was doing the live session, somehow there were a lot of interruption in my sharing screen time. Yeah. So in my Facebook post, there is a link that gives you the link to my YouTube channel, and I showed you the whole process, how I make this drawstring bag, and you can have a look there. So today, what am I doing with you? Today, I am also doing this with square fabric, and we'll do this. We make this panel of fabric. But you see, when I was doing this, I realized that from the original size of my square, I lost some of the fabric size, right, to the allowances, because I join here, right, so many joinings. All the joinings cause me to have a smaller panel at the end. So when I did this, I thought, how can I add to it again? So I added by adding this rib strips to join the panels together. Right? So this is what I came up with, and definitely this panel is bigger than this method. And this method, I'm showing you, when I showed you this method, I was using the rotary cutter, quilting mat, and the quilting ruler to do the cutting. So that's why it's slashing in the cutting. Whereas this one, I will be showing you now, if you don't have a quilting ruler, rotary cutter, or a quilting mat, because those items are quite expensive items. They can come up to more than 200 ringgit to get the 3 items. So if you don't have them and you just have your regular fabric scissors, you can do this as well. And today's tutorial, I show you how to cut, stack and cut with your scissors and using paper template. That is what today's tutorial is about. And actually, I would like to hear from you. Everybody is very silent, not talking at all, not making comments on my Facebook. So I just want to know, I know that there are a lot of people who actually saw my video tutorial, but nobody is making comments. So I want to know if this panel, this panel, would you be interested if I make it into another backpack, like similar to this, but it will be a bit bigger because this panel is bigger than this. You see at the back, there are lots of joinings. So I will again have to make it a line backpack. So it's the same backpack. If I made it into another backpack like that, would you be interested to buy it? If there is no comment, I will just leave it as a fabric, and I will gather all my sample fabric that I made, because there are too many. I made too many. I don't want to keep them. I like to declutter. I don't want to have too many things. So I will make it available as fabric to you. If you don't like, if you're not interested to have it turned into an item, so then I will just merely give you this fabric in fabric form, not make into an item. Okay, so just let me share screen with you to see today's tutorial a bit longer, because the process is longer. Can you do what we did by stacking all the 4 pieces? Once more, it's the same method, right? Once more, I have 4 pieces of scraps cut in the same size, and I stack them together like this. And I'm going to, instead of using the rotary cutter, I'm going to show you how I am using the scissors just to cut. Now, if you would like, you can actually draw lines on it, like I actually did earlier. I drew this line, I think can be seen. I drew one line, this is the first cut, and the second line cannot be seen very well because I drew it yesterday, planning for this session that time, and now it cannot be seen very well. Maybe I will just do it one more time. Camera couldn't capture. Let me just draw it one more time. Okay, I can draw the lines. If you don't want to draw, also can, if you are confident in your cutting. But because I'm also planning this so that a child can also do this, right? So I drew the 4 lines, and following the 4 lines, I will cut out. I think now you can see the lines better. If it helps, if you are concerned that this is going to move on you, you can pin them so that it won't move while you cut. So I will cut to show you. So I'm pressing with my hand, press down, and because I'm a right-hander, I will be doing it from this side. So I cut my first cut, follow the line that I have drawn. So this is the first one. There's some strings here. Second line, I hold down as well with one hand, and I cut. So you don't one piece and go to the back. I have this, and this one I take 2 pieces and move it to the back like this, right? And this one I'm going to take 3 pieces and move it to the back like this. Okay, so the 5th piece, actually we will go back to the same, so it will be this way. So I have 2 corners with the same color. Yes, but every piece will be still different. right? So now, how do I make this block bigger? I have cut out strips like this, which is 1¼ inch wide. Okay, and I am going to join this here in between. Right, so that's why my block will be bigger. The sewing machine, so I'm going to add the strip to my block, right? So what I'm going to do is, this is the first piece, and I am putting, this is the right side up. This is the wrong side, yeah? This is the right side. So right side, and then if my strip have a right side, should right side face right side. I'm going to put it this way by the side, and I'm going to reverse to lock, and so reverse to lock down here. So whenever we join all this, is it necessary to follow a 1/4 inch allowance? To me, it's not necessary, as long as I'm using a consistent allowance. So here in this case, I'm using my presser foot as the distance. So I will be joining all my pieces, all my sets with the presser foot distance. So it's consistent. So I'm going to the sewing machine with here like this. I'm going to lock, sew down at the end and lock, right? And the color of the thread does not matter because I have so many colors going on. The 4 blocks has all different colors. So I'm putting down my thread color is just white. You can have it any color you like, right? So I'm locking for a start. Notice the tail of the strip I did not cut off, yeah? Because we want to see the second piece, how it will fit. So when we turn over, this is what we get. Okay, can I show you? This is what we get this is when we sew. Yes, and this is what we get. Right? So now we put the second piece. This is right side again. Right side, and then it's supposed to be joined here. So here we put the second piece to the length of, you see, we need to sew from here. Lock, sew all the way down to the end of the second piece. So that's why I say don't cut your red strip. Yes? So don't cut your red strip, so that if you cut it off, you wouldn't have long enough for the second set, right? So we're going to sew one more time. Then we would have joined them and have what we'll call borders, little borders around our set. So it is still 1 presser foot distance, right? Here against the side. So that's how I keep my So I'm hoping that with the additional of this one, our blocks will not go much smaller. Okay, I think maybe I would have made a mistake here because I want it straight, right? My red, it's not big enough here. You see, there's a small gap here. So I should have started off with my red longer. So because I'm doing this with you also the first time, I did not try it out earlier on. So now we know, you see, there's a gap here. So that means when I make, when all the blocks is joined together, I will have to cut this off, right? So that's why I think we need a longer starting point, right? So it's up to me whether I want to unpick these 2 lines and do, or I will cut off here and I get a smaller block in the end. But for video sake, I will just continue. But you should know that when you start off, you need to have extra sash length of the strip. because your second piece is going to be longer. So now I know it's here, I can cut this off here. So now what I need to do is I join here. Now I know I'm going to have more allowance to start off, because the third piece will be even bigger. So I'm going to have some allowance starting off this way. And I'm going to sew, lock. Yeah, when I sew, I don't have to sew this extra. I just have to sew following this piece. So this piece where it is, I will lock here and I sew down, but I have extra allowance, right? So let's do this, and we will see at the end when we join the next piece. So extra here, but I start sewing where the bottom piece is starting, yeah? Let's take it out, and you notice I still have a long tail. And let's have a look at how this looks like. So I have joined another here, and I finger press, right? So this is first, second, and let's bring our third piece. This is my third piece, and I'm going to join it here. You see? That's why I need the extra, right? So we will learn through the mistakes that we make. So let's see. I have to go a bit down. Yes, so let's see. Yes. Okay, so if the edges doesn't meet very well, we're going to cut it off at the end when the block is ready. So I'm just going to do the next one. Join the third one. And I think you get the idea what I am doing. I'm adding the strip to the block. Yes? So we have a better alignment here with no holes. Here there is a hole. So this joining, there is no hole, and we can cut off and shape it the way we want. Right? So I'm going to join. There is, out of the set, I have already joined 3 pieces. Now I put another red strip here. Same process. I'm going to join them, and I show you how the block looks like after I have joined them. This is after I have joined all the 5 pieces together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pieces, and with this red in between. This is how it looks like. Yes. How wide this part is entirely up to you. Mine is less than 1 inch because the original strip was 1¼ inch. So after giving ½ an inch away to allowance, so this is less than 1 inch, right? So because I wanted a block that wouldn't be much smaller than the original block. The original block was 9 inch. So let's see how big I'm going to get. Here, this is dented in, right? I did not unpick and do. So let's measure from here to here. I get 8¾ inch. Let's check the others. 8, almost 9. Almost 9. So I will be able to get, okay, I will be able to get and 3/4 inch square. So I only lost a 1/4 inch in terms of the size, right? So let me do the rest of the 4 pieces, join them all like that, and we will see. And then I'm going to show you, if I don't have a rotary cutter and a quilting mat and quilting ruler, I'm going to use scissors to cut it. How am I going to do it, right? So first, let me do up all this one piece, all the 4 pieces, and come back. I need to point out that when you join this together, this one need to make almost a straight line. So after joining these 2, and here with a red, now we need to put on the 3rd piece, right? So where do we place it? Do we place it up here, down here, right? So we need to test it out. So when we place it roughly here, and when we turn it over, see, press this down, turn over. Here, this part must form a straight line. If it is not forming, this is not. You see? Then you have to move a bit up in order for it to form a straight line. See? This is the part we will turn. So we have to start sewing around here. Here. And not place here or further down. So if it is here, I press down, let's see. You see, it comes almost like a straight line. That's what we want, because in the end, we want to form a straight line here. Right? See? Straight line. That's what we want. So we should start it here. This is something that you need to watch out for when you are joining the pieces, because you don't know where to join. Right? We're joining onto the red strip, and the red strip has no mark. So that's where you need to test it out. And I thought I need to point this out to you. I'm back with all the pieces joined together. They look like this when placed in the same format. This and this piece, the 2 corner pieces are the same. See, this one and this one. This one and this one. This one and this one is the same fabric, but it's just that every 4 pieces, they are not identical, but they are using the same 4 type of fabrics, right? So now I want to show you how to cut, because these blocks are different sizes. We need to trim it and see how if we don't have a rotary cutter, how am I going to cut it with scissors, right? So I recommend using a template, paper template. When I measure them, okay, the measuring should be done after you have ironed them. So all ironed out, I already ironed. Does it matter where all my allowances go? It doesn't really matter. Do I have to open it up? No, it doesn't matter as long as I iron out and it is flat from the front, right? So I measured them and I realized some are 9 1/4 and some some are 8 1/4, some are 8 1/2. So what I did was I made this template is 8 3/4 inch, 8 3/4 inch square, and this is 8 1/2 inch square. 8 1/2, maybe I write it down. 8 1/2 inch square, this one, and this one is 8 3/4. So what I'll do is I will turn it around, or if you don't want to turn from here, you place your template on top and see whether you can get it. So this piece, 8 1/2 inch, I can get. So 8 3/4, I cannot get on one side. So it's best to use 8 1/2. So what I wanted to achieve by adding these lines here is so that when I started off with a 9 inch square for all of them,
I don't want to lose too many, right? So that's why now I only lose half an inch, whereas the previous format, I lost 2 inches in the midst of cutting them up, right? So I'm going to place this on top and check out, can I get 8.5 inch square? Yes. All 4 pieces, I must be able to get 8.5 inch. Otherwise, I will go a 1/4 inch smaller, 8 1/4. So I can get 8.5 inch square. Oh, this one cannot. You see, this one cannot. You know why? Because I didn't join it very well. You can see here, this straight line did not form a good straight line. So when I'm sewing this, after I sewed the red, this one joined to the red is very important for you to turn over just now the step I showed to see whether I'm getting a straight line. So this one, I'm not able to get 8.5. I will not be able to cover. See? Barely. Let me see. Yeah. So barely. So what I need to do is I will go for 8 1/4 inch template. I will cut out the template 8 1/4 inch template, and I should try it out on this piece and see whether I get it. And I will draw and I come back. I cut out an 8 1/4 inch template, and when I place it on the smallest piece, I could get 8 1/4. So what I do will be, I will pin this to the fabric, make sure that it all fits in, and then I'm going to cut. This is after cutting them in squares of 8 1/4 inch, which is much larger than my 7 inch square, the other method. So yeah, but I need to mention, we will need quite a lot of this strip. This fabric, quite a lot is being used up, right? So this is how it will be if we all in one direction. But I thought I wouldn't want to do that. I thought this, how does this look? We can join them this way. Or yeah. So that means this middle square all pointing inwards at this point. Yeah. I thought I like it this way. The other way is, of course, one is like this. One is like this. This is also another way. Okay, so there are many ways to arrange it. It's up to you to arrange it. And for me, I will finish sewing, and I will take a picture to show you my final arrangement after joining the 4 patch together to create a fabric.
Okay, I thought I will show you. This is what, in the end, I chose to arrange it this way. And I think this is quite nice with this end pointing in, the narrow end pointing in. So that was the end arrangement I chose to go for. And this is the panel, which process I actually showed. Yeah, so I hope that is helpful. I noticed that there is one person actually on live now. Would you like to just put a comment there, say hi, who you are? Welcome to watching me on live. I hope that you will enjoy my my tutorial. And also, if you need to see the previous one, do have a look at it. And also, I also had another video that showed how I turned the panel, the previous method, into a backpack. And this is the backpack with lining inside. And I was asking, I was just checking whether is there anyone who's interested to get this backpack for 60 ringgit within Malaysia. Yes, and if you are, please let me know, and then I will send it to you. Yes, so now for next week, what are we doing? I'm going on an adventure. When I say adventure series means, right, it's something that I did not do. I did not do one before. I did not test it out. I'm doing it and recording it and showing it to you. And it turned out successful. I was so happy when I made this bag. This one is a tote bag. I call it a tote bag. And I call it a ragged tote because the endings have all this ragging to it. So this tote bag, we can carry on the shoulder. Yes, and next week I'll be showing you how to do. This is a two-way tote bag. Two-way means you can turn it over and you will have this look. This one, the inside is green color, and then because I have a green screen, you may not be able to see it. So the inside of it doesn't have any of those ragging. So you can use the bag this way, or you can use the bag the other way with all this, with all the ragging on the outside. So it looks very, what's the word? Rugged. It has a rugged look. Yes. I will be showing you how to make this panels like this. And this is using the zigzag stitch. And you're using a Juki 355, 357, even a Juki 29Z, you can do this. Do this panel, because they are very busy, I decided to join them with a plain color fabric. And then at the same time, because it has a foundation piece, that's why we have an inner lining, but a different color altogether. So this will be quite a long session. Yeah, I think I have 4 videos to record the making of this whole bag. So next week I will show one part, and then maybe on Thursday I'll show a second part. Then the following week another 2 parts, because total I have 4 videos just to show this, and it turned out successful. That was so pleasing. I'm actually very pleased. So again, I was saying that all these bags that I make, right, just to do all this tutorial, there are too many bags, so many items that I have. So that's why I'm putting them up for sale. If you want, these are like one of a kind of this piece. If you want to buy, I will also put this up for sale after the whole tutorial, all the 4 tutorials is shown, right? And I hope someone is interested to buy, because I don't want to keep them. I think they look very unique if you like the rugged look, because you can use it 2-way, and it's made with fabric. So that will be next week, right? I just want to repeat, this Saturday I'm having a orientation for beginner sewers in Kong Wah PJ, 1 to 4 p.m. If you are interested to get a sewing machine, please do PM me to book your place. You can also come to have a look at the TL98 sewing machine, which is a industrial sewing machine shrunk to become portable. It's really a very fast machine, and it is good for quilting. So do let me know if you are coming, because we want to manage the number of people coming because of the CMCO here in Klang Valley. So this is Janice. I really enjoy doing all this tutorial for y'all. I really hope to inspire someone into sewing, whether it's sewing anything, clothes or just making fabrics. I have just started I just fallen in love in this artist sewing, which I will be working at, so that subsequently, hopefully maybe in May or June, I will also show you this free motion quilting that we can do. It's like art. And if you ask me in Jenny's words, it's like waltzing in your sewing. So this is something I have discovered, because I actually haven't been doing any free motion sewing, but when I watched this lady, her name is Julia. You can also see her on YouTube, Stitch with Julia. And I was so inspired by her, so that now I'm going to develop this whole series on I call it arty sewing, we'll sing while you sew, and we will do some very interesting things together. Looking forward to it. I so enjoy. I hope you are also enjoying. So I wish you a very creative and joyful sewing time with your sewing machine. I hope you all make some comments in my Facebook so that I know that it is benefiting you, it's helpful to you, and see you again next week. Yeah, Janice here from Measuring to Fit signing off.